Good morning vlog. It is currently Monday, December 2nd, and it's what, 10:30 in the morning. Had kind of a slow morning, but that's kind of what I usually do. I woke up at 9. That's just around the time that my dogs cannot stand for me to not feed them anymore. Today's gonna be kind of a different vlog. It's not even a vlog. So why did I say good morning vlog? It's not even a vlog. We're doing my makeup and I'm gonna talk through it. I don't know if anybody actually wants this video, but listen, for the month of December, I'm trying to get like, oh, by the way, we're starting with an energy drink. Have I had breakfast? No, and I don't recommend doing this, but I have no appetite and I want to drink an energy drink, so that's where we're going. It's this brand my friend told me about, not sponsored. It's an acquired taste, but I have acquired a taste for it. I've been having coffee lately, so that energy drink, like that actually just kind of hit. So today's gonna be a different kind of vlog, especially because it's technically Cyber Monday right now. I know you guys are seeing this on Friday, but right now it's Cyber Monday and I have to restock on all of this stuff. So since I'm gonna have to find the links for you guys, because I'll put the links to everything that I'm using in the description. Again, none of this is like, why would it be sponsored? Like, this channel doesn't even have 1,000 subscribers right now. It's just me giving you guys my makeup routine, because I go live every single Friday on TikTok before the Adopt Me update, and I do my makeup on TikTok live. Some people don't know that. If you don't know that, now you know that. But I never actually talk about the makeup that I'm doing, and not that I'm trying to be a beauty influencer or anything, but I don't know, maybe just some people care how I do my makeup. I get compliments on it a lot. So enough yapping. Well, we're gonna keep yapping, but now we're gonna yap about the makeup. So the first thing that I start with is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Now this is a dupe. This is a dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Now I've used this before, but as you can see, I don't use it often. This is my second bottle of this. It does go quite fast, which is unfortunate. I want like them to make a bigger size of this, but I didn't like this. Whenever I use this, maybe I'm using it wrong, but whenever I use this, it makes my skin have like weird texture on it. I don't know how to explain it. I wish that I could give this to somebody else who actually likes it, but I prefer the e.l.f. one and it's way cheaper. So we love that. So this is how I apply it. I just do 3 pumps, like full pumps on my face. 1, 2, and sometimes this ends up dripping off. Oh my God, wait, this matches my shirt. Wait, that's so cute. Okay, let's roll down the sleeves a little bit here because we're going to work. But yeah, I like this one. This one's like more liquidy than the milk one. So this is what we're gonna do. I just rub it in with my fingers, and I hate using my fingers for anything. I am somebody who has severe, like, okay, severe is dramatic, but I have sensory issues. Oh my God, and this is a fake nose ring, but I've been loving the fake nose ring because I'm just like, why am I applying this over a nose ring if I don't have to? I'll put that in at the end. That's just like a fake nose ring from Amazon, and I used to have my nose pierced, but doing makeup with your nose pierced is a pain in the butt. So I've just been using a fake one, and honestly, I've been loving it. So yeah, I just rub this in everywhere. I put it on my eyes. I put it around here because I always get like weird stuff around here. Just make sure to rub it in pretty good. And then once you'll feel, like, you will feel it. Like, do you see that? Like, your skin will actually start to get like sticky. And also I have a little damp paper towel here from my beauty blender, so I kind of just wipe my fingers off on that, because what I was saying about the sensory issues is I don't like to use my fingers for things because I hate the feeling of stuff being on my fingers. Like, I hate when my fingers feel sticky. I hate when it feels like there's crumbs on it, or like when hair gets stuck in between your fingers. Like, I don't like any of that. And now I'm gonna wait for this to dry down a little bit. I do have this little fan. You could just dry your skin with your hands like this if you want to do like a hand fan, or if you have like an actual hand fan. But I wasted my money on one of these, again, from Amazon, because where else do we buy things in America? I just do this until my skin feels about dry, and then I go in with one of 2 different foundations. Now, I have been really liking the Haus Labs. So many people talk about this, and I was like, you know what? I'm finally gonna give into the hype and see what it's about. But before I was stuck on using the Haus Labs, I was using the Kosas one. I wonder if I should use Kosas today, or I could do one side, one side. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, so I love this. I love this. I love this, especially if you're like a younger person, which if you're watching my content, you probably are, because you probably followed this channel from Birthday Cake. But yeah, for somebody who's like young, this stuff is so amazing because it has so much good stuff in it. Like, it has hyaluronic acid, and I think there's SPF in here, and it's just, there's like a lot of fun stuff in here, and I really do love the coverage of that. But this is like a more, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's a higher coverage. Like, it looks good on camera. They both do, but this one I feel like just gives me more of that like really nice look. So I'll use this one today, but I recommend literally both of these, the Kosas and the Haus Lab. The Kosas I've repurchased. This is my first bottle of the Haus Labs, but I can see myself repurchasing it. It just sucks because why is makeup so expensive? It's always been expensive, even when I was younger. But yeah, so I did that. Oh, I always forget this step. I'm not very tan right now. It is winter here in Florida. I'm just not outside as much as like I used to be, and I'm just very pale, but I typically would go in with this like Say Glow. What is this even called? Sun Glow. I would go in with this Say Sun Glow, but I'm not that tan right now, so I don't think that I'm gonna go in with that because I'm already gonna use bronzer at the end, and I just don't feel like I need to match my face to anything because I'm just not tan right now. So we're just gonna go in with the foundation. I take 1 pump directly on my beauty blender, and I just try to cover the one side of my face with that. This part is so satisfying. Like, ever since they invented the beauty blender, I've never gone back. I used to hate using a foundation brush, I could not avoid giving like streaky lines on my face. Now, they have since evolved the makeup brush technology, and I do see a lot of people who use brushes, but if it's not broke, don't fix it, in my opinion. I like the coverage that I get from a beauty blender, and I think that they're very like user friendly, except when I see people like dragging with their beauty blender. Don't ever do that. We're doing light to medium pressure and we're tapping. As you can see, we're just tapping away, and as you can see, one pump pretty much completely covered half of my face. Also, I feel it's important to note that I work from the outside in. I've heard that your makeup can look more cakey if you put a lot on the center of your face, so I literally try to just cover like the outside of my face with it, like my forehead and obviously my cheeks. That's the most surface area you have on your face. Work my way around my eyes, and oh, if you see my dogs, just don't mind them. Miss Marley, hello honey. I don't know if you guys can see them. And then once I feel like I've got pretty good coverage everywhere else, that's when I start to work in, because I have very large pores. Like, you guys can, I don't know how close I am to you right now. Should probably turn on my viewfinder. Yeah, I'm very close to you guys right now, but I do have like enormous pores. That should be the thumbnail photo. But I just try to do a very little bit around my nose, because again, when I put too much foundation like around my nose and around this area, it just looks so bad. Like, it looks terrible. And listen, I'm no makeup artist or anything like that. These are just my tips that I could, I guess, give you guys, because I have been doing my makeup literally since, I want to say 8th grade. I think 8th grade is when I bought like my first foundation, and it was horrible. I looked orange, and I wish I could go back and take it away, but I also think that having an awkward and ugly phase builds character, and my ugly phase was for the majority of my life. My dog is being so cute right now. I don't think you guys can see her, but you can see her tail. She's putting her little head down on my lap. Honey, honey. Oh, now we have both. Okay, so we have Miss Marley here. If you don't know, my black dog, my black Pomeranian, her name is Marley. Oh my god. All right, guys, pause the vlog. We need some time for some love-ins. And then I don't think you can see the white one, but Luna, come here, mama. This one's Luna. This one, my firstborn. So they are half sisters. They have the same mom or the same dad. I think they have the same dad. I don't remember, but they are the loves of my life, and they have separation anxiety, and that's my fault. Anyways, so I think we're pretty much done with, I do take quite a bit of time on the foundation, because I just try to make sure like I didn't miss any spots, and I try to make sure it looks like even and everything's pretty much covered. But I think that that looks pretty good, so we're gonna leave it at that. Now next, oh my god, this is like a new product for me, and I am obsessed with it. It's Patrick Ta Cream Contour and Powder Duo, and this is the shade She's Sculpted. I just feel like this, oh, there you can see, you guys. I just feel like this shade complements my skin tone the best, and I could totally be wrong, because I feel like I'm not good with like color theory, but this is what I use. And as you guys can see, first of all, it has this cute little window, so the cream stuff doesn't like smudge everywhere. You can see I have dipped in quite a bit and hit pan on the cream part, but so then I take like the pointier side of my, I keep calling it a beauty blender. It is a beauty blender, just not the original, like the licensed one. And I do have a licensed beauty blender around here somewhere, but I like the Real Techniques one. You can get like 3 of these for like $20 or $25 like at any drugstore, and I don't know, I prefer these to the beauty blender. I will say I have gotten beauty blenders for like Christmas and stuff before, and then once I use the beauty blender and then have to go back to this, it is like a transition. But genuinely, like, it's just, I don't think you need to use like the beauty blender because they're so expensive. But anyway, so I dip this side into this. Sorry, I'm trying to be a good influencer. You dip this side into this. I put a little bit here on my cheeks. I put some here on my forehead. I just kind of go right here around my temple. I bring it up around into the top, and look how like nicely this stuff blends away. I just love it, especially being as pale as I am and not wanting to look that pale. It really does just add, like, I know contour is supposed to add like shading and shadowing. I feel like this color's not too, it's just not too orangey, I guess I should say. Like, it's obviously not giving like that gray shadow color, but it's also nice. Then I put a little bit here. I am gonna go in with another contour stick, but I'll show you guys that in a second. And then I just do the same thing on this side. Okay, so we're done with this for now, but we're gonna go back and we're gonna use the powder side in a little bit. Now, since I just have this left over, it's the Fenty Beauty stick, the match stick, the Fenty Beauty match sticks. This is the color Mocha. Obviously, you guys, if you are interested in using any of these things, you should get a shade that complements your skin tone. So with this, this one's kind of more for fun. I don't know if I'm actually doing anything, but so this is a weird part, but I push my nose up to see where my nose would crease if I had a cute button nose, and then I kind of just go like across my nose like that. I go under my nose and like around my nostrils. I know that this is so strange, and then I go over my lips, like kind of like that a little bit. I go like this, and then this doesn't help my double chin, but I like to pretend that it does. I literally color in like my entire double chin. I didn't used to have a double chin, but ever since I moved to Florida, I can't stop eating. So just in the order that I applied it, now I'm gonna kind of like blend it out. And this Fenty stuff, this stuff blends out really well as well. I will say, I do kind of feel like the Beauty Blender eats this product a little bit more than I wish that it would, but I'm not gonna complain because like I said, the blend is nice. So I'm just gonna blend all that out. And we are gonna go in with a little bit of concealer. Like if you think that this looks weird, like don't worry, we're gonna fix it. I blend it out around my lip. I do wish that this shade was more cool toned. This one's a little bit warm toned for me. So if I were to repurchase this, I probably would get it in like a cooler tone because this one is just a little bit more on the warm side for me. But then please don't forget to blend this out. Again, I don't actually think this helps my double chin, but it does at least like give me the placebo effect that I think that it's helping cover my double chin. So I just do it anyways. Okay, now that we have all that done, I love how people always ask me what concealer I use. When I tell you, like, luckily I have a lot of skin texture and I have big pores and I have like wrinkles on my forehead, but the one thing that I don't have is eye bags or dark circles. Like that is the one thing that I am blessed with, and this is not me being pick me, this is just me being honest. I know my flaws and I know my not flaws, so I don't really need to use like heavy concealer around here. But this is the it's NARS, right? Yeah, this is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, which I hear so many people say so many good things about this. I think that's why I bought it, just because like people have talked about it. I still have not mastered how to contour my nose. I would like to very much learn how to do this right, but so what I've started to do is go on the edge of my nose. Very little product, like I'm trying not to use that much, and I try to kind of like sculpt out my nose a little bit. This part I genuinely think is just like for fun. Like see, I kind of like didn't even shape my nose right there, but that's okay. We're gonna blend it all out and none of it's gonna matter. I put a little bit on the tip of my nose, and then just for fun, because I saw people like doing this like on TikTok when they were doing like light makeup, they would put like a dot here, and then they would put like some like, and they're like, this lifts up your face. I don't know if it lifts up my face, but I do know that it's fun. And you know what, just for extra fun, we'll put some here. But I just, again, I try not to put so much product on the places where I have my large pores, which is this entire center zone of my face. And then since I use this side for the bronzer, I'll use this side for the concealer. This is the one thing that I do wish that I had like a tinier beauty blender. I know they make those little mini ones. I do wish I had that, but yeah, so I kind of have my finger close. I don't know if that's good. I could just be picking up all the product I laid down. But again, this is more just for the action of doing makeup, just because makeup is so fun. So this is where I have to be careful, like when I go right here on my nose, because for whatever reason, makeup does not want to stick to my nose that well. And a lot of the times when I do stuff like this, I end up just taking foundation off my skin. So I'm trying to be very gentle, very light pressure. Like, see, I don't feel like any of that did any difference, but it was just fun to do it, you know? The NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. And now, on days that I'm feeling like doing a little bit extra blush, I do this Patrick Ta blush. It's like the same thing as the bronzer one, but it's the blush one. It's called Double Take Cream and Powder Blush. She's That Girl is the shade that I use. Now, I will be honest, I never use the powder. As you can see, it still has the stamp in it. Like the powder, it's not my favorite, but I do love the cream. So again, I'm gonna go in with the side I use for the concealer because we're running out of sides here. I just do like a couple stamps starting here, like all the way back, just to see like how much product I picked up. I go down here and I apply it. Now, I'm more of a fan of powder blush, which you're gonna see in a little bit, but sometimes I do this if I'm just feeling like extra, like I want to do like a heavy blush day. It just depends. And this is especially crazy because when I was growing up, I had so much redness in my skin. I would say that I still do. Like I have like very pink undertones, being as pale as I am. And when I was younger, all I ever wanted to do was cover my redness up. And now it's just so crazy that in 2024, blush is such like a huge thing for makeup. And now I find myself applying so much blush. It's just crazy how the beauty standard can change. That's why you can never take anything too seriously. Do what you like to do and call it a day. Now, we're gonna get a should I do eyebrows first? I sometimes switch it. Sometimes I do eyeshadow and then eyebrows, but I think I'll do my eyebrows first. So the device that I have been loving using for my eyebrows is this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. This stuff has changed my life, and I used to use it years ago. I don't know why I stopped, because for the longest time, I have been trying to use the Anastasia Brow Powder with like, you know, a little angled brush, and I hated this. I hated doing my eyebrows with this. I never liked how it came out. For other people, it worked. For me, if you guys can tell, my eyebrows, they are very coarse. They are coarse, they are curly, they are not cute, fine, fluffy eyebrows. No. They are coarse and curly. Now, unfortunately, this one did break, which is, you know, sucks, but I did buy a new one, so I'm just waiting for this one to run out with its broken spoolie. So I just go, I brush up my coarse curly eyebrows, and you're probably like, they're not curly, I don't know what you're talking about. It's because I literally get them done every 3 weeks, because as soon as they start to grow out, you can kind of see it with these eyebrows, like they start to have this like curl to them. I don't know how to explain it, but that's just my eyebrows, and they're not even sisters, they're more like estranged cousins. Oh, and my shade, I use ash brown, just because I feel like my actual hair color is like more ashy, even though when I get my hair dyed blonde, I get like a more warmer gold color. It's just, I just like gold blonde hair. So now I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna fill these in, and it's actually very hard to talk while filling filling in my eyebrows. I don't know if this is something I could do on camera. I'm gonna try for you guys. So I just try to, like, the best I can follow the eyebrow shape that my eyebrow girl makes for me. Fill in like any of these sparse areas, but I don't want to fill it in too much. Like, I try to go for a more natural eyebrow look. Like, I don't want it to be too, what's the word? Like, I don't want it to be like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be too crazy like that. I'd rather them look natural and like kind of fluffy, but I do have like a lot of sparseness right here towards the front, and I just like to define the line a little bit, fill this in a little bit. And if you make it look too messy, then I just kind of go in with the end part, like the spoolie part, and I just brush it out. And then it usually makes it look nice and come together. And at the very end, once I'm like done with all my makeup and I'm about to do my mascara, because that's the last step, I go in with like some brow gel and just set them in place. So this one I would consider pretty much done. No, it's not like a perfect straight line or anything, but that's just how I like it. And then this eyebrow is different. Like, we do it the same way, but like I said before, they are unfortunately not the same shape. So again, I just try to follow that line that I have here in the front. And as you guys can see, I have my hand like all the way on the end of this. Like, I'm not going in here like a pencil and like drawing a super harsh line. I don't want that. And I only have the tiniest like tip of the thing like sticking out. Like, you don't, if you pull it out too much, it's just gonna snap and break. This eyebrow is a little bit harder because I think this one is like a little bit more dense. And I hate that my hand is like covering it, but it's like, how can I put my hand in a place where like you guys could see what I'm doing? I'm trying my best. And the fact that I'm even talking to you guys through doing my eyebrows, like usually on TikTok live, this is where I go completely mute. Same thing, if you made like any harsh lines, just like brush them out. I can always go back in and like fix anything if I don't like it. And then I will say, because I feel like this eyebrow is a little bit denser, sometimes what I'll do is I'll go into this eyebrow, brush the hairs down, and sometimes I will fill in like the top of this eyebrow because I just feel like they, I mean, I know that they don't match. They look nothing alike, but I just feel like this one just doesn't have as much as the other one has. And look, you guys can see it. Like, do you see that my eyebrows are like curly? Look at that. Like, they have that curl. Like, there are hairs in here that are much longer than you guys think. And like I said, I'll just leave these alone until it's time for brow gel, but it's not time for brow gel right now. Now we can get to the eyeshadow. So I just like to use this Makeup by Mario palette. This is the Master Mattes. This is like an everyday makeup look for me. I should have said that at the beginning, but like, this is literally how I do my makeup every day. Sometimes I do fun makeup, but honestly, I would love to do green eyeshadow today because I'm wearing this green shirt, and I feel like maybe I should. No, I think I should just go with the neutrals today because that's what the whole video is. But dang, now that I'm wearing this shirt, like, there's greens in this Haunted Mansion palette, and it would look so good with my green shirt. Maybe I'll do that some other time, but today we're just gonna go with a normal. So I go in with, oh, does it even say the name of the color? Oh my god, they're just called numbers. Matte 1, Matte 2, Matte whatever. I think this is the color that is Matte 2, I want to say. It's like the super tan color. It's like my favorite color in the whole palette. It's the one that actually has like an indent in it, and I just take it on a fluffy brush. This is just like an everyday makeup, so we're not using 10 different brushes. Everything is going to be with this one fluffy brush, and I just try to concentrate it on my lid, not so much like on the outer part. I do that later, but like everything right now I'm going to just be putting on the lid. So I apply it directly on the center and I just kind of rub it around everywhere, and then we do the same on the other side. And I just kind of go back in here, like I pick up like a good amount of product, and I just keep going in until I'm kind of happy with the color. I don't know how to describe it, but like until I'm happy. And once I feel like I have like a good amount of the brown on my lid, then I'll kind of very lightly go into the crease and start bringing it up there a little, but not too much, not yet, because we're gonna add more browns. But yeah, just concentrate it on the lid, and then once you're happy with the color, then you can bring it a little bit into your crease like that. I don't even know if it's coming up on camera, but like I can start to see it. And then what I do, what color would this be? This would be Matte 6, this one here. It's like a darker brown color. Now I just press that in once because these are actually quite pigmented. Shout out to Makeup by Mario. So yeah, I go in with the color right underneath it. It's kind of like a warm, darker brown. And again, center of the lid, and then I mush it around. And then we blend it around. Do not bring this one into your crease. I really want to concentrate this like by my lash line. So I'm just kind of going back and forth in a sweeping motion and just, again, concentrating that on the bottom of the lid. And I do it on the other side. And this kind of varies. Like, this changes. Like, some days I want like my eyeshadow to look darker and some days I don't, but it just depends how I feel that day. So I will just go in very slowly, one dip, and keep adding product, because if I swirl this around or pick up too much product, it's game over. Like, yes, maybe I'd be able to blend it out, but it would take so much more time. So I'd rather just go in like one little dip at a time. And again, because I just find makeup fun. And once I start to see kind of like a harsh line developing, I will kind of mix it into this upper color, but I really don't want the darkness up here too much. Like, I want the darker brown to just really be concentrated on my lid and like not too much in the crease. A tip that I never learned when I used to do makeup is like, you definitely have to like sometimes go back and like look at yourself in a mirror from far away to see how you look, because sometimes you're so doing your makeup close to your face, you don't take a step back, and sometimes you be looking crazy. see. I'm speaking from experience, obviously, so I think I'm just gonna add, I think I want like a little bit darker today. Again, I'm standing in front of like a very bright window, so I don't know how much this is picking up, like how much you guys can see my eyeshadow. Okay, yeah, so that one looks pretty dark, and now I'm just gonna try to match this one so they look as similar as I can get it. So now that I feel like they're both a little dark, I will go back in with that lighter shade, and then just, again, I'm trying not to go too high up because like I do want to diffuse it as best I can, but also keep in mind, even if you feel like this looks bad, once you put mascara on, you're not gonna be able to tell. Like sometimes I feel like my makeup came out so bad and there's no saving it, and then I put mascara on and I'm like, oh, you can't even tell that my eyeshadow looks like crap. And I swear I always have a favorite eye. Like right now I think this one, I like this one a little bit better than the other one. But yeah, that's just what I do. And it's just brown. Like it's literally just browns. It's super boring. I should have done the fun eyeshadow makeup look today, but this is truly how I do my, like if I'm just doing everyday makeup, this is it. And then I go in with a teeny tiny little angle brush, go in that dark brown color. I think we said that was what, matte 6. And I just kind of line my lower lash line with it. I don't know if this adds much to it, but again, it's just fun. I feel like that added a little something. Close this up. Now you don't have to have a third brush. I like to. This one is like, can you see how this one has like a different shape? Like, can you see that? Also, these makeup brushes, I would love to tell you where they're from, but first of all, the name is rubbed off. Second of all, it was some weird scam website. These brushes came in like a giant seashell. Was it Morphe? I don't know if it was Morphe. I don't think, no, it was called like something with an S. Is it Spectrum? It almost looks like it says Spectrum. Okay, well, maybe the brand was Spectrum. It came in this giant, oh yeah, this one says Spectrum. This one's not rubbed off. Okay, so it was Spectrum. It came in this giant seashell. It was like a seashell, I don't know, collection. And I've had these makeup brushes literally for over 10 years. So I don't know if it exists anymore, but you can find brushes like these just at Sephora. You don't have to get like brand makeup brushes, but this one just has like, what the frick kind of shape would you call this? I don't even know. But now I go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Glow Glide. Oh my god, this is a lot of things. It's just a highlighter, okay? It's powder highlighter. This one is Champagne Glow. I feel like everybody knows what this is. I just do one little dip of that. I put it under my brow bone and I kind of just like drag it, but like first I concentrate it right underneath my eyebrow and then I kind of diffuse it out. I do the same on the other side, right under the eyebrow, and then I'll kind of bring it all under the eyebrow. And then I do kind of like a mini swoop just to get a little bit more on there. And this one I put in the inner corner. I don't want my inner corner to look like white. Like I don't want it to look like scary. So I just want it to be like a little bit like glowy. You know what I mean? And if I need to add more later, we add more later. And we are going to use this later when we use it on our face. But now that that's all done, I feel like now's a good time to go in with powder. So lately I've been using the One Size powder. This is just the translucent shade. I also used the Huda Beauty one before, but unfortunately I got a color that is too yellow for me. This is like the banana bread shade, and only because the girl at Sephora told me that that was such a good powder, but they didn't have my shade, and I'm like, okay, well I want to use the really good powder. So I used that one, but it literally looks like yellow on my skin. So not going to use that one. So we're going to go in with the One Size powder. This is just a translucent shade. I really wanted to try the pink version of this, but they didn't have it available. So I'm going to take a little bit on the lid, like just like a teensy tiny bit. And I love that it has this like little like extra layer of like a cap. Like that's so fun. And then I just have this powder puff. This one's a Beauty Blender one, but you could use any powder puff. And I probably should get a new one because mine is caked up with makeup and it's really gross. So I pick that up on my brush. I tap off, like I kind of press it into my hand like a little bit. And then I start here. So you guys got to see this. So you see all this texture, all this big pore. When I do this, bro, I swear, yes, you can still see that I have pores, but it helps so much. And I'm sure there are other products that I could probably use to help decrease the appearance of my pores, but for now, this is pretty good to me. I'm kind of gonna do like one whole side of my face just so you guys can see the difference. I do it on my chin, anywhere where I have like texture. I would say like here on my chin, I have like a lot of acne scarring there. I used to get all my acne would be right here. When I was a teenager, all my acne was like under my cheeks, on my cheeks right here. Super embarrassing. My forehead, like I said, we have some pores there. I don't want to put this too much out here because my skin doesn't get oily here. It's like very much here. So can you guys see that difference? This is the side that still needs to be set, and then like this is the side that got like mattified. And don't worry, we'll add some more dewiness back into our skin, but just for now, like the fact that it took away my texture that much, like powder is a game changer for me. So again, tapping off the excess, I put it kind of like on the side of my nose. I get like in the crevice of my nose because my nose produces the most oil ever. I will attest like the skincare regimen that I have, which I guess I should tell you guys about in another video if you care, has changed the game for me, because when I tell you my skin used to be like an oil slick, I'm not kidding. Like an hour would go by and you could like fry an egg on my face. Like there was so much oil. So let's go down there. Sometimes I go down the center of my nose, and sometimes if I feel like being like really fun and crazy, and if I just have extra powder in the lid, which I don't really have too much today, I would like go under my cheek and just give one of those. One of the, like, see, there's not that much powder today. But if there were extra powder, I would be like doing it up like this, kind of like chisel out these cheekbones, you know what I'm saying? But I don't have to do that, so I'm not gonna pick up more powder for no reason. And then once I've kind of put that powder all over my face, I dust off my hand, and then I just dust off my face with like a big fluffy brush. Now I'm not going super harsh in, I'm like doing like very lightly. I just want to get that extra powder off, and then like any places that I didn't set the powder in, I just kind of like spread it around. I'll spread it under here, and then here's the favorite part of my makeup is actually all the powders that I'm gonna put. Like that's where I feel like my makeup really starts to come together. So I actually don't think that this is the best brush for bronzer. I actually don't know if this is meant for bronzer or not, but this is just the brush that I have. So it's just a huge big fluffy brush, but I'm sure there's a brush that's like a better shape to use for bronzer. But we're gonna go back in with the Patrick Ta. Oh my god, I just did the influencer thing. Don't do that. And this is where I pick up the powder side, and everywhere that I applied the cream contour, I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna add now the bronzer. So I go right here under my cheeks into this temple. Now because I'm super pale, I'm not trying to do too much. Like I know I'm gonna end up doing too much because I always do by accident on purpose, but like usually when I'm like actually more tan, I will like go in with a heavier hand with this stuff. But right now I'm just doing like one little sweep and just applying it, like I said, in all those places, all of the same places. Like we're going on our forehead. Make sure you get it into your hairline so you don't look like too crazy, because if there's like, if you're leaving like too much of a white ring around your hairline, like your makeup's gonna be way too obvious. I do go in a little heavier when I'm going underneath here, like all around my jaw and under, yet again, the double chin. And then sometimes I'll even take some bronzer and like almost like I'm contouring my neck. I don't know why I do this, but I put it down the sides of my neck, not the center, but like the sides of my neck. I will like bring my bronzer down. I don't know why I do this. I don't think anybody thinks my neck is snatched, but again, just some parts of makeup like you just do. Like I've just been doing that since I was young, so whatever. Then I have this cute little like flat brush right here. I get some bronzer on there and I just like put it on my nose. So I put some down here by my nostrils. I'll take another swoop. I'll do that thing again where I like push my nose up and then like put the bronzer wherever my nose crease is, just there. This is probably the weirdest thing that I do in my makeup routine. Like see, like it just gives that little, I don't know how to explain it, but I like what it does. Sometimes I'll even add more, and it's definitely gonna like be a little bit too much, but keep in mind when I film, I have like a really bright light under me at my desk, so sometimes a lot of this stuff that I do doesn't even end up showing up. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I could add more bronzer, but like I said, I'm super pale right now and I just don't think that it would look good. Now, blush is one of my favorite parts. So now I have this like fluffy, almost kind of like angled brush. Now this is from Sephora, as we can see. So this is called the Pro Blush 93. So it's actually for blush. And I have two blushes. Now I love these Tarte blushes. So first I'm gonna use this Tarte Flush blush. Oh my god, that's cute. Here we go. So it's kind of like this deeper color. I'm just gonna take one press. Like you see, you can see it on the brush, just one press. And this one, I am only gonna concentrate it, this is very important, on this upper part. I'm not gonna bring it in here. I'm just gonna go right up here. And if you think you can't see it, trust me, you will. So just one good press, and I just keep going back and forth, spreading it around until I feel like I see the product and I've diffused it a good amount. Like, yeah, I can see that. Compared to this side with nothing, you can see that. And now we're gonna do one more good press, do the same thing on this side. Like, I'm literally putting this up into my temple. I never used to be this kind of a blush girl. Like, I was never this crazy with it. And now I just feel like it's so fun. And again, it looks crazy in person, but it doesn't look crazy on camera. Now we go in with my actual favorite one, which this one is called Party. Like literally with 3 A's. It's the same, it's Tarte, but it's called Party. Again, a nice good press. Now this one, I put on the apples of my cheek. I put it right here. I almost like get it underneath my eyeball, and I kind of like try to connect it to the other one. So this one is like more pinky, and the other one is a little bit more, I don't want to say it's red, but it's more of like a deeper pink. This one's more of like a bright pink. Again, a good press. You could tell it's my favorite because I've hit pan on it, and right there on the apples of my cheek, like give it a good smile so you know right where to put it, and then we kind of just connect it with the other one. This is actually quite a heavy blush day for me. Now I'm gonna do one more press, and don't ask me why, but I put it right here on the top of my forehead. Just, I kind of want to almost look like I'm sunburnt a little bit, even though, like I said, I'm very pale right now. I don't know how many times I've said this in this video, but yeah, I just go right across my forehead with that, and then the very last thing I do, again, one good press, I just put it directly on my nose. Like this might cover the bronzer that I just did, but like, I don't know, like I just want to look like my nose is like a little bit like sun-kissed and sunburnt. So we're just gonna put it right there on our nose, and it's cute. Love the blush. And then the very, well, not the very last thing, but the last powder face thing is we're gonna go in with a fan brush like this. You see this, how it's like a fan? We're gonna go back in with the Charlotte Tilbury. I just dipped it in there a few times. This stuff is good because it's like, it's not, like you can build this. Like I could do a lot of this and it won't show up. It's like a very subtle highlighter, which I like. Like yes, I can see it, but it's not like blinding crazy. Like it's more of like a, I don't even necessarily want to say a natural highlighter, but it's just, I like it because highlighter scares me. Now that I have all the powdery stuff on my face, I'm gonna gonna go in with this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Gel. So I do have the Brow Freeze hot one, but since I'm not doing my eyebrows the way that I used to do them, I prefer this little gel. It picks up a lot of product when you first use it, so I'm gonna scrape off a lot of that product. And here's where I'm going back into my eyebrows. I'm brushing them up, and then we'll brush the other ones up. Don't worry, we're not gonna leave it like this, but I just kind of want to get the products in there and just get my brows used to like standing up instead of going back so much. Keep brushing them up, and you have time to work with this, so like don't worry. And then once they're like all brushed up and I kind of like give it a second, then I just go into the top and I just kind of smooth it down like that. Kind of hard to explain. I feel like this is one of those things where it's like easier to show you. Yeah, see these eyebrow hairs, they're way like longer because they're like sticking out from my face, but I just leave it like that. It'll dry in place. We're getting close to the end here. Okay, we're doing mascara. So I like brown mascara, and lately I've been using two. So this is the mascara that I will recommend to anyone and everyone. This is the Too Faced. The name of the mascara is called Better Than Sex. That's just the name of the mascara, unfortunately. I'm sorry if that's inappropriate, but this mascara, I have been using it since I was doing black mascara. I have now been using it in brown mascara. There's probably like the third or fourth tube of this stuff I bought. Usually I would just go in with this one, but lately I have been using this new Grande mascara. These are the people who make like the eyebrow growth serums and stuff. This one says it has conditioning peptides in here. Now, I don't really know what that means, but it sounds like it's good. Like, I want my eyelashes conditioned, so they definitely got me if it's just like a marketing ploy, because I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. On the days when I don't do a full face of makeup, I literally just fill in my eyebrows and use this mascara. So this one is like a very, I would say it's like a natural looking mascara. Like, it's not gonna make your eyelashes look thick and crazy. And of course, we all know the proper way to do mascara is with your mouth ajar, and that's how you get the best look. But yeah, so if you want like a more natural look on your lashes, this stuff is pretty good. I mean, I haven't been using it too long, maybe like a few weeks now, but I've been using it consistently for a few weeks and I do like it. So I do one coat of this on each eye. Oh my god, this stuff is just so pretty. Like, I like it. I like that it looks like very natural. I could stop there if I wanted to, but I like my eyelashes to be crazy dramatic when I record. So this stuff will make your eyelashes look great, because I don't wear fake lashes. So now that I have one coat of that, I actually don't wait for my mascara coats to dry. I just like go right in when they're still wet, because I don't want it to look super clumpy. So let's just go in with another coat of this. And if you get mascara on your eyelid, don't worry, I have a trick for that to get it off. Usually it's the left eye that I always end up getting mascara on. But look at the difference. Like, see this one compared to this one? Like, that is a huge difference in just adding like a second coat of mascara. So again, I don't want the coat to fully dry before I go in with this one. Now, this is my left eye, and this eye always gives me trouble because the lashes on the end are so curly, and it's definitely got to be because I sleep on my left side. So I swear I like smush my eyelashes in my sleep, and then they're all like wonky shapes. Like, why did this one just get so clumpy? That usually doesn't happen. I might have waited too long to do the second coat because I was yapping, but now this one looks super clumpy. I feel like I might have to make this one look clumpy now just so it matches. Okay, that's a little bit more than I usually do, but that's okay. So those are those two mascaras, and then we're almost at the end, I promise. We're getting to the last step. So right now all I have is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, which I do love this stuff. This is what makes my face not look so as matte as it is right now. And then this stuff, unfortunately, I'm empty with it because I only got the travel size to see if I liked it. But bro, this one size On Till Dawn setting spray, I'm about to go on to Sephora on Cyber Monday and pray that this is on sale. This stuff is amazing. Smells horrendous, but it is really good at keeping your makeup on. So I wish I had this. I would probably do a coat of this and then a coat of this. But since we only have this right now, I'm just gonna give it a shake, and then I'm gonna spray my face like almost as if I'm a painter painting a wall and I want to cover each section. You'll just see. Just watch. You see what I mean? I did like 5 spritzes, like 2 on my cheeks, 1 down the center. And then if you want to be fun and fancy, you can use your fan again to dry it off. But I like this because it adds like a little bit more dewiness in, but also it is a setting spray, so it is going to help set your makeup. But I just feel like with my oily skin, my makeup does, I wouldn't say separates at the end of the day with just that one, but it doesn't last as long as I wish it would. Now here is the actual last part of the makeup. It is the lip. So I just take my super dirty paper towel that I've been using this entire time, and I wipe off my chapstick because the whole time I'm doing my makeup I have Aquaphor on my lip, so I just wipe all of that off. And then I kind of do my lips a little bit different every day. I have these like Kylie Cosmetic lip liners, so this like isn't the same every day, but I do some sort of variation of this every day. So we have an actual like mauve shade here, which that shade is called, I think it's called Comes Naturally. So I'm gonna do like kind of a, you guys will see. I kind of just try to like give myself a more pronounced line. Sometimes I feel like I line my lips really good one day and the next day I don't. So now I'm gonna go in with this super deep brown one called Cocoa. I'm feeling a little bold today, so I do this if I want like a bolder lip. I have to be very careful because I have very tiny lips and I don't want to overline too much, because when you overline too much it looks bad. The trick that I've heard with overlining your lips, if you are a small lip person or just somebody who wants to overline your lips, is that you don't overline the sides, you just overline very slightly the top and then do like normal on the side. So you guys can already see I've made like a darker shadow here on the top, and then on the side I do my best to follow my natural lip line. Sometimes I don't always get it right, but I do my best. And then I've also heard if you want to overline the bottom, you do the same thing, but honestly I don't mind my bottom lip, it's my top lip that's very fine. And I honestly don't feel the need to line my bottom lip today, so I'm not gonna do that. Now once I have that like shadow underneath, I've been really liking this Makeup Forever Boundless Berry color. The lady at Sephora told me this is what Hailey Bieber uses. I don't know if that's true, but then I'm actually gonna go over that. Like I literally just traced it, and then I am gonna line the bottom with this one. And again, for that, I just go with the natural shape. I do this one, I fill the top lip in a little bit more than the bottom, mush it together. And then I would use lip gloss, but I hate the way lip gloss feels. So I'm literally, as you can see, this crusty Aquaphor is used just for lipstick only, but I love this Aquaphor lip repair stuff. Oh my god. I have 100 of these around my house. One in my bag, one in my bathroom, one in my nightstand, one in my makeup area. I love this stuff, so I just do like a little bit of this. I do it in like the center of my lip. I don't want it too thick, and I don't want to like take off my lip color, but that's pretty much it. So here is my finished everyday makeup look. I hope that you guys like it, and if you guys end up using any of the products that I recommended, I would love to know if you actually like them. But thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want to see more fun videos from me, don't forget to subscribe, because sometimes we do vlogs. Bye!